think that do you think differently of them as far as like a championship caliber team after watching them?
Presently constructed, absolutely.
Yeah, because you don't feel like those three guys are as bad defensively?
I don't think this team presently constructed can survive an OKC or a Denver team that has depth, has size, speed. I don't think they can sustain that.
I have to agree. Like the Clippers, they're nowhere near defensively like what Oklahoma City and Denver is. So as good as those guys played, they're not going to be able to have those type of numbers against a high-level defense.
This is the slowest paced team in the league, Clippers, tonight. So
they're also the oldest.
The oldest, so.
Where do you stand on it, Vince?
Same. I mean, I think right now, everything you're trying to match OKC. Quickness, athleticism, they have it all. Right now, the Clippers are in mud.
If you look at this roster constructed, what do you see on this bench that can give you consistency? Right?
Okay.
In a 7-game series against OKC or Denver.
Not against them, but they're going to be a good, fun watch during the regular season.
Absolutely.
And when Oklahoma City plays them, we have the game. So I can't wait for that happen.
Myself, Danny Green, Trudell, and of course Geeter handling things downtown. Lakers make it 5 in a row. They beat the Clippers by 17, 135-118. Guys, biggest note, obviously, as they just discussed on the broadcast, they're undefeated in group play, which means they advance to the knockout round next week. Stay undefeated in West Group B. Look, big game. Lakers, Clippers. Speaks for itself. You got the ejection at the end with just over 3 to play. We'll look at that from Chris Dunn. You add the cup intensity to it, as we all know. You talked about it downtown with Peter. Role players, they've impressed you. They did their job tonight. Of course, the big three, they led their way. 99 of the Lakers, 135 points combined between the three of them. A good, solid win for the Lakers.
Yeah. Band of brothers, man. They're hanging in there together, doing it collectively. But what a start, though, by Luka, man. I mean, he lit the whole arena on fire with those threes. The Clippers, you remember all those years, how they used to dominate us for 4 or 5 years? We'd be sitting here like, they used to kick our butt. But, I think now we have a team that can play and can match and defend. And I just thought the role players, as you mentioned, Smart, coming down, hitting some big shots, bringing his presence. Hayes stepping in for Ayton with his energy, his rebounding. I just thought collectively, and then LeBron coming in, just kind of seeing what's needed and getting the job done. Of course, we talk about Austin Reeves all the time, but I just think collectively they answered the bell when the Clippers made their charge, and they took care of business in the third and fourth quarter, and here we are talking about the victory.
Yeah, the big three was big three in tonight, the new generation would say. They played really well. I think they shot from 3 very well. That was something they had been struggling in the past few games for sure, and during the season. That was their weakness. And if you got guys like Marcus Smart knocking down threes, but also Bron pulling up from 3 in transition, Luka 5 for 5 to start the game. Austin looked like he had a quiet night. Then that fourth quarter, that second half, he exploded. He got a little angry because they didn't call that goaltend. Different guys exploded different moments that gave them a boost. But ultimately, they got the transition. Bron looking more like himself. They got out and running, and they got uncontested shots because of the high IQ play from those 3 guys.
We'll talk about Austin in a minute because you did have your eye on him all night long. He had 2 points in the first quarter. He went 29 over the final 3 quarters.
I was a little disappointed in my hot shot pick for a second. I wasn't feeling comfortable. And I was like, he's going to have a bad number and still end up with like 20, 25. He ended up with 31, which was very impressive.
You also said Luka would have 37. He had 43.
I was 6
we should
off.
have you in more often because it all ended on the positive side.
We've been undefeated since I've been in here.
Danny the Greek, he's predicting everything.
We do start with Luka because big game, you mentioned it. You said the crowd just seems to arrive a little bit more early, and he has something to do with it. His 24 points in the first quarter alone was the most points in a quarter by a Laker since Kobe in 07. Just his ability to get off on the right foot. 43, 13, and 9. He was a rebound shy of a triple-double. But big game, he had shot. We talked about it. 5 of 22 over the last couple of games from 3 tonight, 7 of 12.
Yeah, we were doing our pregame show, and Luka was out there, messing around, shooting threes, and I was like, what's going on? I was like, who walked in? And it was Luka out there. People were just, they're coming early to see him warm up.
You sure it wasn't the Serbian music?
I thought I heard the accordion going a couple times, but he was fired up, but he's an entertainer, and he's just unguardable. But you don't know what he's going to do. You don't want to foul him. You don't want to get up too close. You don't want to back up. It's just he freezes you, and then he knocks down these threes when he's hitting them. he missed a few. He made his few in the beginning of the game, but I just think this weapon, the ability to have this. I mean, Danny Green knocked him down like that too.
Yeah, no, that's good. When you shoot it from three like that, you know it's going to be a long night. And we talked about before the game, his averages against the Clippers, 35, 9, and 9. He somehow, for some reason, comes alive. And against these are great defenders. And Kawhi Leonard ain't no slouch. You know, Chris Dunn ain't no slouch. These guys, Nick Batum aren't no, but they don't want to foul him. And when he's got his three going, again, like Big Game said, he's unstoppable. And tonight he just came out on a heater, and it made the game, the basket big for him and the game looser for everybody else.
You saw right there, third most in NBA history of 35 and at least 10 dimes. It's his fifth 40-point game on the season, but that wasn't all Luka brought to the table tonight. A little feistiness. We talked about the Chris Dunn ejection in case you're just joining us and you
Extra
missed
plates
it.
to the Thanksgiving table.
Right? A little spicy, but nonetheless, this is what you like from Luka, just from a competitive standpoint. With over 3 minutes to play, he takes that shove there from Chris Dunn. He wasn't just going to stay down, Big Game.
Nah, you know, Luka is not an instigator, but when you're trying to defend him and he's just continuously busting your ass,
it frustrates defenders.
It pisses you off to the point where you just want to do something to him. So a frustration, and then, you know, he's always got that little smile. He knows he's kicking your butt, but he's not an instigator, so it just it makes you want him to do something. But he won't, and then you just lose it, and that's what happened. Luke's in the game, other guys out.
He pretty much antagonizes guys with his play. He's getting under your skin because he's, you know, all game Chris Dunn is playing his best defense, but he's getting him in foul trouble, knocking down shots, knocking down threes, getting rebounds, 1 rebound shy of a triple-double. And then, you know, he's complaining that he's flopping all the time, but that was not a clean box-out play. But I like what Jackson Hayes did. Stepped up for his teammate, you know, covered for him, protected him, let him know, you know, you're not by yourself. So that was a good moment for them collectively to show, like, you know, we're not no chumps, we're not soft, you're not going to come in here and just punk us.
We love when this happens. It's like our Thanksgiving treat. Normally we're waiting on Luka, which we will all day, every day, but instead he's speaking with the media.
West Group B with a win tonight and work towards another title in Cup play. As we say hello to our senior writer, Dave McMenamin. Dave, let's talk about who's in and who's out for this game tonight against the Los Angeles Clippers. We know that DeAndre Ayton has been dealing with that knee issue. What more can you tell us?
Yeah, Malika, we're still waiting on a timeline to get more clarity when it comes to Ayton's knee issue. He left the game on Sunday in Utah with that knee issue at halftime, didn't return, is not going to play tonight. We don't know if he'll be available Friday against the Dallas Mavericks. In the meantime, we're going to see Jackson Hayes most likely in the starting lineup. He was a recipient of 35 starts a season ago, so he has some experience there. And when we spoke to him this morning, Ivica Zubac was on his mind. Big Zoo has had 18 rebounds or more in 2 out of the last 3 games for the Clippers and is averaging about 4 offensive rebounds a game. Jackson said it's going to be his job to get him off the glass, come and play with energy, and recognize that while Ayton has been very good for the Lakers this year, he has a different skill set than Ayton does. He's a lob threat, and we know how much Luka Doncic loves throwing those lobs.
Yeah, we've seen a little bit of that connection here early in the Los Angeles Lakers season. Dave, thank you so very much. Enjoy tonight's game. We mentioned that the Lakers, they can clinch their group with a win tonight. Here's a look at some of the other clinching scenarios for the teams in action here. The Clippers, they would clinch Group B with a win at the Lakers tonight and a Grizzlies loss as well to the Pelicans tomorrow. Philly would be eliminated with a loss to the Magic or a Hawks win at the Wizards tonight. And the Wizards, they would be eliminated with a loss. So a lot riding on these 2 days of Cup play here. But we had a big announcement this weekend from one of the game's best, Chris Paul. He said that year 21, it is going to be his last. He's retiring at the end of the season. Of course, we got to sit with him on NBA Countdown. He's phenomenal there as well. But his 21 seasons are tied for the 3rd most in NBA history. It's the most for a guard. And in that time, Paul has accumulated the 2nd most assists.
Welcome to Lakers News, your daily channel with everything about the biggest franchise in the NBA. Here you'll stay up to date on analysis, rumors, behind-the-scenes stories, and the hottest news involving the Los Angeles Lakers. So, like this video, subscribe, and let's get straight to the point. Hey, Purple and Gold Nation. Welcome to another video here on the Lakers channel. Today we bring you a complete update on the team's current situation in Los Angeles, intensified training, important tactical changes, and internal movements that are causing a stir behind the scenes. If you follow every step of the Lakers, sit back, like this video, and come with me, because today's news is hot. In recent days, the Lakers have transformed their training center into a true tactical laboratory. After a series of inconsistent performances, the coaching staff decided to step up the pace, holding closed sessions with a total focus on two areas that have been heavily criticized by the fans: defensive discipline and offensive fluidity. According to people close to the staff, defensive training has been particularly intense. The order is clear: improve communication, reduce errors in switching, and increase aggressiveness in perimeter defense, something that had been causing headaches for the team in recent games. Although the team has talent, inconsistency in rotations had been undermining collective performance. But what really stood out was the attitude of the more experienced players. The veterans took the lead in video sessions and practices, talking, guiding, and demanding. Leadership in the locker room is more present than ever. The impression is that the group has finally understood that this is the time to turn the page. On offense, the focus has been on constant ball movement. The coaching staff wants to avoid the stagnation that had been occurring in some games, when the offense was limited to isolations or contested three-point shots. The new plays emphasize cuts toward the basket, greater use of the pick and roll, and quick finishes before the opposing defense sets up. Furthermore, players who had been receiving few minutes positively surprised in training. This opened up the real possibility of rotation changes in the upcoming games. The idea is clear: whoever performs best defensively will earn playing time. It doesn't matter the name, age, or contract, performance counts. This signal was understood by the team, and the internal atmosphere became more competitive, but also healthier. Everyone is running, striving, and seeking their place. The coaching staff also increased the volume of physical training. The intention is to make the team accelerate more, apply more pressure, and reach the final quarter with their legs still responding well. The pace should change significantly in the next few games. Another interesting point is that some players have been meeting outside of the official routine. Extra shooting sessions, tactical conversations after training, and even informal meetings have helped strengthen the group's unity. This is something the franchise deeply values, and which has historically made a difference in successful seasons. And of course, the schedule doesn't help. A tough sequence is coming up, with direct confrontations for positions in the standings. The coaching staff saw this as an opportunity. If the team wants to grow, this is the ideal time to show improvement. Journalists who watched released excerpts of the training session reported that the energy has changed. The atmosphere is one of focus, intensity, and, above all, responsibility. It no longer seems like that team complacent with mediocre performances. There is internal accountability, and that's an excellent sign. In short, the Lakers are going through a transformation phase on and off the court. Tactical adjustments, changes in rotation, stronger training sessions, and a united locker room indicate that the team has decided to approach this part of the season with maximum seriousness. Whether the results will appear immediately, only time will tell. But one thing is clear: the team is committed and determined to regain the fans' trust. And you, Lakers fan, do you believe that this new attitude can mark the turning point of the season? Comment below, participate in the discussion, and don't forget to leave your like to strengthen the channel. Thank you for following another news story here on the Lakers channel. See you in the next video, and, as always, go Lakers! And that concludes another Lakers news. Thank you for following along. Stay with us because the season promises to be exciting, and every day is a new story to tell. Until the next video, and as always, go Lakers!